Hello there, Gemini. Thank you for stopping by for your video tarot forecast for the week of November 17th through the 23rd. I'm very excited to be here. I'm using my Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg. And so let's just get right on started. It looks like it's a big week for you, Gemini. The very first thing that we have coming up on Monday is we have a Tower card. And a Tower card is the beginning of a process, but it starts out very uncomfortably, actually. So what I see going on Monday is that this process is starting, and how this process starts is that you are in a situation that you feel like is going to last indefinitely, and it feels very safe and secure, and it's so safe and secure that you don't really look around for any other opportunities that might be better than this, because you've just kind of been lulled into this complacency here. Okay, and so what happens on Monday is when we have the Tower card showing up, that just means that that type of situation, whatever situation it is that you're in, just suddenly and unexpectedly comes to a complete ending. Just whisk, and you're right out of that situation. Okay, so now I don't want to just leave you with, okay, that's the card that you had on Monday, although really that's where that card stops. I need you to understand that this is the beginning of a process for us as humans whenever we have the tarot show us that falling Tower card. What the beginning of that process is, because that situation was so comfortable and we weren't looking for other opportunities, it's like the universe has to sort of boot us out of that to make us start looking around for something that is better for us out there. And so what happens is we have this wake-up call, this oh my gosh, now what do I do, freak out moment or day or two. And then what we do is we start looking around for, okay, how do I fill the holes that not being in this situation has created for me in my life? And as we start looking around for those situations, what we end up finding out is that there's much better opportunities out there than what we were in before. We just weren't looking. We had our eyes closed to them before, so we didn't see them. Now we're looking, now we're finding them. And in the end, what happens is we're glad that we were ejected from that situation that felt so safe and comfortable, because in the end, we come out doing much better than how it started. Okay, so that's the good news. Monday is going to be very uncomfortable and a little bit panicky for some of you, but it's going to end up being a good thing in the long term, and that's what you have to just keep thinking about. All right, so Tuesday, what do we have, Gemini? We have Temperance coming up. Now, Temperance really talks about having things balanced, having harmony, having things all work together well and cohesively in our life. So on Tuesday, it looks like we're already getting our balance really well after that Tower card. You're starting to get the balance and the harmony and the peace coming back in. Temperance is really a place of seeing where things were out of balance and bringing them in. So it looks to me like whatever that Tower situation was, it wasn't the best place for you, and it did kind of have you out of balance. So you're already starting to kind of recover from that and realize that there are some benefits to being ejected from that old situation right away on Tuesday, which is very fast. That's good. Okay, so Wednesday, what we have coming up is we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is coming up in reverse. Now, the Hierophant talks a lot about ancient traditions and rituals. And so with him coming up in reverse, this is telling me that on Wednesday, you were thinking outside the box. You're not looking at things the way that you used to look at them, and you are starting to realize, you know what, there's a lot more opportunity out there if I really look around and realize that it doesn't always have to be just the way it always has been. And so Wednesday is going to be a real eye-opener day for you, and I feel like it's going to be a very exciting day for you. It feels like this is going to be a whole enlightenment for you that's going to change the way you see how you fit into the universe completely. So a very big day for you on Wednesday as you have that enlightenment. And then Thursday, I see you already working with this enlightenment very quickly. Thursday, I see you making forward progress. Okay? Now that's what the Six of Swords talks about. It talks about really moving forward. It talks about leaving a situation behind. So you've already processed that this situation is no longer good. You're leaving that situation behind and you're moving forward into something that's better. So by Thursday, it looks like you've already found at least one thing that's better, and you're making some progress towards that. Now this is not reaching the destination, but this is on the journey. At this point, whenever you get this card, you still don't know what the new normal is going to look like. But you know that the new normal is out there and you're searching for that. And that'll show up pretty quickly. You're on your way to it, basically. Okay, so Friday. What do we have? Yay, we have the Judgment card. And we have the Judgment card in reverse on Friday, Gemini. The Judgment card in reverse actually is a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. It's a card of great karma. Now, the Judgment card really talks about that on Friday you're going to have a situation where it's going to be very easy for you to feel insulted or offended. And, I like to say whenever I'm explaining this card, you're going to be taking the higher road. Instead of pouncing on this person and knocking them down to the sidewalk and slapping them silly for whatever it is they've just said or done, you are going to be stepping back, taking a few deep breaths, and then you're going to cut this person some slack. You're going to just give them some grace, because you're going to think to yourself, I don't know what's going on in this person's life. I don't know what's going on in this person's life. I don't know why they said that. I don't know why it came out like that. Maybe it's me that took it wrong. Whatever it is, I'm just going to cut them some slack. And so you just let things kind of ride. And what happens eventually is that this person comes back to you and says, I know that I acted inappropriately and I'm sorry. And they kind of let you in on what was going on in their life. Why did that come out like that? What was really going on with them? And then you feel really good about giving them some grace and cutting them some slack. And this is one of those things where it actually strengthens a bond. It'll strengthen a friendship, or it'll strengthen any kind of relationship when this happens. Okay? So that is your Friday. Saturday, what you guys have coming up is the Devil. Okay, everybody gets all tripped out about the Devil card. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, don't do that. There's no reason for that. The Devil only has so much power over us, and the only power the Devil has over us is that power to make us afraid. And if he can make us afraid, then he can control us. Okay? So basically, when the Devil card comes up, this just means that on Saturday you're going to be facing some fears. You're going to be looking at these fears and figuring out, okay, is this a realistic fear? Should I be afraid of this? Or is this not even based in reality at all? And if this is based in reality, what can I do to make the situation better? So it's not such a terrible card. It just means you're going to be facing some fears, dealing with some issues, and handling them. No biggie. We do this all the time in life, every day. Okay, so Saturday, Devil card, no biggie. You guys can handle it. Y'all are good. Okay, so Gemini, Sunday, Two of Swords. Now, I like the depiction of the Two of Swords in this card because you don't see a blindfold on the lady's face. A lot of the decks will show a blindfold in the Two of Swords. So this just basically means that on Sunday you are going to have a decision to make, and it is going to be something that is a decision that you want to make it as fairly as you possibly can. And so you are going to take your time in making sure that you're making the best decision possible for this situation. All right, so that is your week, Gemini. Thank you so much for stopping by. For those of you who would like to get a reading with me, please check out my website. Make sure I'm the best reader for you. It is www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. Once you've decided I'm the right reader for you, then just get in contact with me. There's a zillion different ways there. And we will schedule a time for your reading as soon as we can. For everybody else, I will see you next week. Peace out.